Each new day brings new challenges, but AARP only sees possibilities. We're tackling the concerns of our communities and supporting the kind of change that can benefit all of us. Take on today with AARP. Learn how at aarp.org/SD.
A South Dakota lawmaker is facing political pushback over her sponsorship of a bill seeking answer about Governor Kristi Noem's security expenses, her reaction to being accused of switching sides. Plus, how some SDSU pharmacy students are doing their part on the front lines of the COVID-19 vaccination front. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up. But first, our top story. Sioux Falls police are investigating an early morning armed robbery. Officers say 2 Native American males wearing face coverings entered a store in the area of West 12th Street and South Marion Road just after 2:30 this morning. They showed a weapon and demanded money but left empty-handed. They took off in a dark-colored car with side damage. Call police if you have any information. Sioux Falls police are asking for your help in finding a missing woman. 52-year-old Veronica Coggins left a residence near 15th Street and Holly Avenue wearing only pajamas and may be suffering a medical episode. She's considered endangered because of the weather. Call police if you've seen her. A South Dakota lawmaker is facing a social media backlash over her support for a bill requiring Governor Kristi Noem to release the cost of security when she attended campaign events for former President Trump. State Representative Taffy Howard of Rapid City is one of the main sponsors of the bill. A mass text is asking, why is South Dakota Republican Taffy Howard working with liberal Democrats to attack conservative Governor Kristi Noem? Howard says she's getting support from all over the state and people are telling her to keep fighting for transparency. Howard also says if tax dollars are being spent, people have a right to know how much. Earlier this week, she told us she was shocked when the governor's office refused to release the information to her or to any other lawmakers who requested it. She says she had constituents asking for the information, so she reached out to the governor's office.
And so I asked, and I was told, no, you can't have access to that information. I said, okay, wait a minute. I am on appropriations. I do have to help set the budget. How can you not give me that information? So I was frankly flabbergasted.
Howard and other sponsors of House Bill 1089 say they want the governor to be safe and protected when she travels, but they simply want to know how much it is costing taxpayers. A South Dakota woman is in charge of the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Office of Tribal Relations. Heather Dawn Thompson of Rapid City started her new duties as director of the agency this week.
One is to serve in a diplomatic capacity with tribal governments, to liaison between the USDA and tribal nations. As you know, tribal nations are sovereign governments under the U.S. Constitution, and they are not direct participants in our democratic system the way that states send 2 representatives to the Senate. And so the relationship is government to government through these liaison offices.
Thompson is a member of the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe and a graduate of Harvard Law School. South Dakota State University pharmacy students are getting firsthand experience in administering the COVID-19 vaccine. Students have worked with local healthcare systems to help distribute the vaccine. They learn how to give immunizations as part of the curriculum at SDSU.
Students are required to get patient care hours, and they can get those in a variety of different ways. This is just one more opportunity for them to, number one, get patient care hours, but also just to help the community in general.
Students are supervised by a licensed healthcare professional when giving the vaccine. Let's get our first look at the forecast now with the meteorologist Adam Root in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. We're off to a foggy start to the day in western parts of KELOLAND, extending a little bit to the east. But as you head further east, that concern changes. We'll talk about that in a moment. But Rapid City is out there. You can see the trees in the foreground and a little bit of the city down below. 21 with a calm breeze in place. Visibility is poor at times. Also seeing some fog hanging over Miller with a temperature of 26 and a northerly breeze at 7 miles per hour. Downtown, though, faring the best in terms of visibility, but you have a lot of cloud cover to deal with. 29 and easterly breeze at 8 miles per hour. So there's our dense fog advisory for central and western portions of KELOLAND through noon today, with visibility below a quarter of a mile at times. Please be careful as you go about the start of your day. Temperatures holding in the 20s to low 30s right now, just about across the board. Custer, the exception on the high end at 36. Pine Ridge and Rapid City on the low end at 21. We do have a bit of a breeze out there from the north by northeast at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So not a terrible breeze, but it does put the wind chill in the teens out there. Keep that in mind as you go about the start of your day. East River, we're watching the potential for some wintry weather. We're talking about that, plus the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, hundreds of anglers will be dropping a line today during the Ice Fish Fest at Catfish Bay in Sioux Falls. The 10th annual ice fishing tournament is offering a top prize of $5,000 for the biggest fish. No license is required. Organizers are drilling about 1,000 holes for the competition. They'll be used for both fishing and as a final safety check.
Things are good. The ice has gotten a lot thicker in the last few weeks, and very, very confident for how we're going to run things out here that will be safe.
Now the gates open at 10:30 this morning. Anglers start picking their fishing holes at noon. The tournament goes from 1 to 4 with prizes awarded afterward. A one-hole ticket costs $45, a two-hole ticket $60. Proceeds go to the volunteer Catfish Bay water ski team and the Camp On Aqua youth camp. More than 150 of the top professional snowmobiler racers are competing in the Pro Snowcross races in Deadwood. The gates open at 8 a.m. at the Days of 76 rodeo grounds. The races start at 8:25. The final race is at 8:55 p.m. Now, all dogs are invited to race for the great prizes in the Canine Keg Pull. Registration starts at 11 a.m. The races begin at 1 on Deadwood Street by Outlaw Square. Proceeds benefit Twin City Animal Shelter. The Sioux Empire Livestock Show includes a breeding heifer show starting at 10 a.m. in the Expo Center of the W.H. Line Fairgrounds. Admission is free. The Livestock Show runs through Sunday. All runs are now open at Great Bear Ski Valley in Sioux Falls. Crews manufactured new snow earlier in the week. Great Bear is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Severance Brewing is hosting a fundraiser for the Sioux Falls Area Humane Society. $1 from every beer sold from noon to 5 will go to the Humane Society. Trivia starts at 1 o'clock. Severance Brewing is located at 710 North Phillips Avenue in Suite 110. Adam?
We'll have a lot of cloud cover to deal with as we go through the morning and afternoon, but with a little area of low pressure that will pivot on through, it's also going to give us the chance for some freezing drizzle in north central and eastern parts of KELOLAND. Now, this system is not very moisture rich, so we're not really dealing with too much in that regard. However, you will want to keep this in mind if you are going to be out and about going through the afternoon and evening. Here's our winter weather advisory in effect through the first part of your night for, again, north central KELOLAND, Pier to Mobridge, points east into northeastern KELOLAND, and then I-29 from Roberts County down to Lincoln County, with the main threat being icing due to freezing drizzle. Up to 1/10 of an inch of ice not out of the question, and while that's not a whole lot in terms of moisture, it doesn't take a whole lot to make things rather slippery out there, so be careful if you must be out and about over the course of your day. Through Futurecast, though, we're not going to have much going on through Sunday beyond stubborn cloud cover the further east you go. West River locations actually get in on a decent amount of sunshine, so enjoy that if you can, along with the warmer temperatures that come right along with it. Here is the potential for icing as we head through the night. Generally low amounts, a couple hundredths of an inch of ice not out of the question with this drizzle in place. But again, it doesn't take much to cause things to get rather slippery out there, so you will want to be careful. Along with that, we'll have above average temperatures coming in afterward. So we're talking about 30s to near 40 East River. How about 50s to the west? But don't get used to it. We do have colder temperatures on the way, and rather cold temperatures at that, by the end of next week. Highs today in eastern KELOLAND, southeastern and northeastern for that matter, right around freezing with that freezing drizzle potential in place. To the west, we get into the 30s and even into the low 40s with partly cloudy skies in place. It will be a little breezy, though, with winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour turning to the south by southeast. Through the night, we'll have lows in the teens to low 20s just about across the board, with your 7-day forecast featuring those above average temperatures through Wednesday. But then things come off the rails Wednesday into Thursday. We keep an eye on a chance for some snow Wednesday going into Thursday, with cold weather on the way in its wake. Highs on Friday might not reach 20. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. And if you want more information on local news, weather, and sports, you can always head over to KELOLAND.com.